All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're continuing Elden Ring. I kind of predicted this weeks ago, but the DLC may or may not be sneaking up on us. It is, as of today, June 6th, 2024. 15 days until Elden Ring DLC. I'm super curious, like, I want to look at the Steam player graph on launch day of the DLC. I need to just see Elden Ring, like, shoot up and become... Oh. As I was saying that, chat, I may have opened Steam DB, right? I may have just been like, I wonder if it's already starting to creep up as they're, like, marketing the DLC more and more. Hold on. So, Elden Ring is currently... the 12th most played game on Steam. Which might not sound like that's a very big deal, but that's a pretty big deal. It's beating out a lot of, like, big ass games. Why is Crab Game so high? What the... Huh? Why does Crab Game have 46,000 players right now? Like, at this very moment, as I speak. Anyway. That's enough of that. Crab Game is at, like, number 25. For whatever reason. Yes. I was exploring the deep root depths. I knew it. I'm glad I looked. We have to fix OBS real quick. Hold on. Say hello to the void for me. I'll be right back. Oh, I have to... I was like, why is the camera not moving? Much better. So much better. Okay. Okay. Crab Game is free, easy to run, and a party game. Yeah. Yeah. But, like... there are more people playing Crab Game right now than Helldivers 2. There are more people playing Crab Game right now than Dead by Daylight. There are more people playing Crab Game right now than Warframe. There are more people playing Crab Game right now than Monster Hunter World. There are more people playing Crab Game right now than Gary's Mod. Than Overwatch 2. Oh, Overwatch 2. There are more people playing that than Overwatch 2. Was Crab Game? It's a game. That's all you need to know. It's a game. Hold on, my stream preview there. That works. My preview is all broken. Oh, and now I've done this. There's a lot of games you just listed that I'll never play. Helldivers 2? I say jokingly. Why are so many people playing Crab Game? There has to be, like, something going on that I am just not aware of. Surely. I got this. Oh, what else is here? Oh, you bitches. Shit. It's funny that Elden Ring is already back up to being, like, almost a top 10 game. just kind of off of all the marketing starting to really kick into gear for the DLC. Maybe Danny returned? There's no way Danny returned. I would know if Danny returned, right? You would think. You would think. If there's like a good, like a really good game dev YouTuber, chances are I watch them. Although recently, a lot of the big ones just haven't been doing as much. A lot of the big, like really good, like dev YouTubers have been doing, or haven't been doing like as much content lately. So I've found like a couple of hidden gems. Like this one guy who I've been watching a ton of recently, like I've just had him on in the background, who has like 3K subs, but like his shit is really good. The only thing with his content that definitely is holding him back is his English is really good, but it's really slow. Like it takes him a long time to kind of like pull sentences together. And he has a lot of moments where he like has to sit there and think for like a solid 10 seconds before he like gets out whatever he's trying to say, and he doesn't edit those parts out. So there will just be pauses where he's like, and then it's just silence for like 10 seconds. And then he starts talking again. Other than that, the content is great. Like the videos could use a little editing for sure, but like the content is great. That's what I meant to say. I'm happy to not follow the flock on this one. I've played it a couple times. It is fun. Like it is a fun game, but it's kind of like you need to have a group that you are going to play with. Like False has used it for community night a couple times for like her stream. And like that's a good time. What's not a good time is playing like public games of Crab Game. Like just joining random servers of it. Because it's all kids. And because there's no moderation on it, because it's just this little random like shitpost indie game. It's all just children like yelling slurs at each other. Like the whole time. It's just nonstop. And it's obnoxious. At least that's how it was like back when it first came out. I don't know if it's chilled out at all, but I doubt it. I can't imagine it really has. Making a bigger game called Carlson's never happening. Carlson's never happening. It's true. Unfortunately. Carlson, Hollow Knight, Silk Song. I can't even, like, right as I started to make the jokes that the Elden Ring DLC wasn't real, alongside Hollow Knight, like, immediately after, I had that joke for, like, all of 2 weeks until they just actually dropped trailers for Shadow of the Erdtree. I still don't know. I mean, I guess just getting a confirmation out there was, like, what they obviously were trying to do with the Elden Ring DLC. But am I the only one who's like, why did you pretty much say, like, yes, it's in development, here's the name, and then go silent for, like, no exaggeration, a whole year? Like, they didn't say a word, not a peep, for a year. Silk Song, never coming out. Chole is just tarnished. What do you mean? In my, like, I can't believe that any games are actually real, or at the very least going to come out on time. It's just, I guess Elden Ring was kind of like that, right? Where they were like, yeah, we've got this game. That's it. And then like, what, 2 or 3 years later that we actually got to see it? I remember, like, even just base game Elden Ring we heard about once, and then nothing for years until the trailer actually dropped. So I guess they're just repeating it for the DLC, right? Lack of belief in Miyazaki. I started joking about it mostly because of my my Hollow Knight running bit. That Hollow Knight Silk Song doesn't actually exist, and they're not even making it. Which, that joke, until we actually get anything, only gets funnier with time. Because at this point, it's been how long since the last Silk Song, like, trailer? Because I know that last June, so literally a year ago, they said, like, hey, game is delayed. We don't know how long it's delayed, but it's delayed. And since then, we've gotten nothing. But even then, I think the last time we saw, like, any footage of it was at least a year before that. Silksong doesn't exist. It's been at least 2 years since we've seen anything for Silksong. And it's been a full year since we've heard anything. Which is why the joke only continues to get funnier with time. It's just because, like, nothing is happening in regards to Hollow Knight as far as we know. Like, we have no public knowledge of what is going on with that game. The team is like 4 people. And none of them are saying shit. Now being developed by Hideo Kojima. Could you imagine that shift? Hollow Knight suddenly becomes this deep socio-political commentary on... Oh, what would he do with Hollow? I don't know. What would he do with it? What would he turn it into? It would be a socio-political commentary. It's Kojima, but like what would he do with it specifically? Silksong is a day 1 Game Pass though. That doesn't mean shit if day 1 never comes. Is great on there. I feel like it's a game that would translate to Switch really well. It would be a good handheld game. Okay. Yes, a socio-political commentary on why monarchies fucking suck. That could actually, that would fit Hollow Knight very well, ironically. With my incredibly limited Hollow Knight lore, that works. Or sorry, lore knowledge. I'm just skipping words today. My sentences are just missing words constantly. I don't know where the hell I'm going. This is just this big open area, and I'm like, surely there's something other than just basilisks everywhere. Oh, bug. You take that back. Do you know the Hollow Knight lore? Do you know why the knight is hollow? I don't think he would be a big fan of monarchies after his experience in his... At the very least. Never finished it. Yeah, it's something story-wise. It gets a little wacky near the end, if I do say so. Where you play as a bug with a gun. I'm really liking this this with a gun trend that's going on, where there's a lot of indie games popping up that are just like Oh yeah, you play as this random creature, but with a gun. It's becoming more and more common. I'm not exactly complaining. I mean, obviously, Pal World blew the fuck up just off of being like, oh yeah, we gave guns to Pokemon. We pulled guns off of the Unreal Marketplace and like, boom. Threw them in the hands of some legally distinct Pokemon. Now we got a successful ass game. Damn it, I can't go in. What a fashionable shield there. Shield you have there. Why, thank you. You should tell Mikkel about how fashionable it is. I love how chill you sound talking about, oh, you just need to do the Pantheons, like that would break the soul. Dude, Hollow Knight, Pantheon 4 made me quit the game, legitimately, for like a while. I'm shocked that I got through Pantheon 5 in the amount of time that I did. Not to say that it was a short amount of time, but like, I feel like it should have taken me longer, and I probably wasn't skilled enough to get through it as quick. Like, I think it took me like 10 hours, give or take, to get through Pantheon 5. I feel like it should have taken me longer than that. And I'm shocked that Pantheon 5 didn't also make me quit. Like, that should have been another breaking point where I just stopped playing the game, but for some reason I stuck with it. It worked, but there was no good reason for me to stick with it. Like that would be a quitting point for any logical human being. Like Jess. No offense. I guess half offense, half comment. I like the exploring and the platforming more. No, I was all about Hollow Knight combat. That's what I was there for past a certain point. I was there for the bosses. Oh shit. Ooh. I'm just gonna... What did you say? I said that for any rational person, Pantheon 5 would be a quitting point, and I don't know why I stuck with it instead of just dropping the game again, like I did with P4. And I said, like Jess, because it's like the thing that you haven't done is Pantheon 5. And at first I said no offense, but then I realized that I also said rational person, so like, I think it evens out. Does this go anywhere? No, that just goes into a wall beyond this. Oh wait, there's stuff up here still. Hold on. There's so much shit around here. Oh. I'm never using it. Saying I'm not. No. You are rational, but you also didn't do P5. That's the trade-off. You get to be called rational, but also I'm commenting on the fact that you quit from doing P5. Speaking of being rational, it turns out that False is just straight up doing another Killing Floor night on Saturday. Oh shit. I can confirm. Because at first it was like a maybe thing. Now it's just like, yeah, she's doing it again. What the hell? I think that basilisk, yeah, he just fell to his death. Oh, fuck! I did too! God damn it. Did I hear correctly? Yeah, I confirmed. Should I go buy it? I mean, my answer is generally yes, but is it still on sale? Hold on. The reason that oh yeah, I was looking at The one border... Oh, the sale ended this morning. That's right. No, it's not still on sale. Great game. But the reason that she did the community night run was because it was on sale for like $2 US. Yeah, Tiny Tina's was on sale, and I was thinking about maybe it was $15, and I'm like, this is the one Borderlands game that I don't own. And I really like Borderlands, like, a lot. But I decided A, I can still wait until it's cheaper, and B, I probably don't need that distraction in my life right now. God damn it. What if they made basilisks bird-like so they can fly? Stop giving him ideas. Stop giving him ideas. And by him, you know who I mean. Chole owns Tails? Oh, I don't own Tails, no. But Tails, I mean, kind of counts. But no, I don't own Tails. I didn't play Tails. I'm not too interested in playing it either. I know the outline, like the story outline of what goes down in Tails, which is kind of all I need. I don't like Telltale games very much. I am a goopy gamer goblin. I need my game to be a game. You know, if I wanted a choose your own adventure book, I would just go get a choose your own adventure book. Right? It's probably why I don't like The Last of Us. Less than $2 for the digital edition that comes with KF1. It was a crazy deal. Oh, it came with KF1? Shit. Fuck. Cheems, I'm going to get in trouble for this now. I was joking. Oh my god. You don't realize what you've done. Thank you. Hold on. The alert should come through, although the last super chat the other day didn't. I think it was just a fluke. I think the bot was just being weird. Let's see. Wait, what? Cheems the other night went into False's chat and said, like, I'm saving my money, and then 2 minutes later dropped a $100 super chat on her. And I made a joke, and I was like, Cheems, save your money in my chat instead. Come on, man. And False was already like, no, don't listen to him. Stop. Don't. Now I'm going to get in trouble, unless no one tells her. Is it some e-thought you donate that kind of money to? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm no better. We're telling you, nope. It's okay, chat. We can all collectively agree that False does not need to know of this. Okay? We can all agree. No hope of that. Generous. Yes, thank you. I don't know if the alert doesn't come through. It's shit's broken, and I just. Oh fuck! No! I need to fix it. Is it not going to? Oh, hold on. You know what I could do at the very least? Oh my. Oh, you can't pause it during the death screen. I'm like, can I get my mouse, please? Hold on. Wait for it. You see what I can do? I can give a little heart and a... Oh, I can't give a thumbs up. Did they... I can't give a thumbs up in dashboard anymore. Where are the fucking alerts? Because the other day when this happened, like I noticed after a few minutes that... Oh, yeah. Never mind, they work.
I'm saving money.
I'm saving money.
trust.
Oh, my TTS is broken because I was messing with it a little bit. God damn it. Hold on. At least it works. Thank you, Cheems. You're doing a very good job with the saving money thing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Why is the default TTS enabled again? Why is it doing that? YouTube. Supers. There you are. That should fix it. I found what was set wrong. I don't remember messing with that. But look at this boss. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. This is the dumbest thing I've added to the bot ever. We'll see you around, Jess. Have a good rest of your night. Good to know Charlie is saving money. All those magic cards. It's not magic, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! How dare you? He's like the king of gamers. How do you not know this? Oh, I love being able to poise stuff in Elden Ring. God damn. Thank you. Sorry, I never finished Hollow Knight. Someday, right? DS, someday. It's worth it. Hollow Knight's really good. Even if you're like a boss fight fiend like I am, like the late game Hollow Knight bosses, and especially like the post game Hollow Knight bosses, like the DLCs and stuff, are so good. It makes the whole game worth it. They're so good. There goes another mustache hair. Can you guys hear it when it does that? I feel like it's close enough to the mic where it might go through, but it's not very loud, so maybe not. Can you guys hear like the little boom sound when it happens? The can makes a little like it's almost like a cartoon sound effect. I hope it's going through, but I doubt it. King of Gamers is not Markiplier. Maybe? No, can't be. Nowadays, the King of Gamers would be Moist Critical, probably. Like if I had to say, like current day, who is like the most well-regarded like creator in the gaming space on the whole? It's probably Moist Critical. Because, I mean, it really is to the point where, like, everyone just says Charlie and knows who you're talking about. Right? Like, he's kind of gotten to that point. And he also has, like, the worst branding ever, where he has a different name on, like, every platform, and still everyone knows who he is. Oh, God. Why did they make this so precarious to get up? I like Kai more than Charlie. Kai Sinat? I feel like Kai, I've never watched much of his stuff, so I could be wrong, but I don't feel like he does as much gaming stuff as he used to. Aside from like the recent Elden Ring run was really cool to see. I saw some of that. Just kind of silly, though I see the appeal of that. He's very silly. And like he's definitely got the energy for it, right? For me, he's a little out there. Like I like the energy, but I can't sit there and watch it for like long stretches of time. You know what I mean? Ooh. But he's definitely in that category of like, I recognize the achievement. I respect the hustle. He had that really weird talk about his UFO beliefs. Who? Who was talking UFOs? Best boss in Elden Ring? My favorite is Horalu. Why are my timestamps not on? Hold on. YouTube dashboard has been doing this to me. Charlie's just so monotone and boring. He is very monotone, but it's like he has a very like dry humor that's just so fucking funny. Like he can just say the most insane shit, but like he says it like he's not even saying anything crazy. And it just like, I don't know how to describe it. I find him hilarious. Not like because of tone or energy or anything like that, but just like he's genuinely very funny. And obviously like the analogies and all that have been memed to hell and back. Where his analogies are insane. Critical was talking UFOs. Talks aliens all the time. He doesn't think they've ever been to Earth or anything. So he's like, you know, a pretty average person. And I feel like that's like, if you polled everyone on a spectrum of like, on this end is like, aliens are on Earth already and just hiding in the shadows. In the middle is like, they exist, but they're just not on Earth or have come to Earth yet. And then there's the end of like, they just don't exist. I think the vast majority of people would sit in the middle there, where they're like, yeah, they're out there somewheres. They're just not here. I feel like that's totally normal. Yeah, baby. Well, that's a boss fight. I think his deadpan commentary's entertaining. It's less like the way he delivers it, and it's like the shit that he actually says is just so genuinely funny. For a long time, I didn't get it. I didn't get why he was so popular. Because I was also like, this is the most boring guy I've ever watched in my life. But then with enough exposure to him over time, I kind of realized more and more that he's actually hilarious. What I do like is he's been doing more of those like tier lists where he and his buddy Matt just what's it called? Like they'll buy like everything at Burger King and tier list them, and those videos are insane. Because who would put themselves through that much Burger King? I've seen other YouTubers do it for like fast food chains that people like, you know, Taco Bell, McDonald's. But Burger King is crazy. I've said it before, Burger King is like the fast food chain that I'm always confused how they're still so successful, like in terms of their figures that they put out. Because you look at like the stats, and Burger King is like the third highest earning or something like that fast food chain in the world. And yet every time I drive by a Burger King, the parking lot's fucking empty. There's no one there. No one I know likes Burger King. Okay, not no one, but like very few people. James! At first I was like, okay, this is normal. The profile picture scared me, but then I was like, okay, member. Yeah, this is normal. This is not normal. Ah! Sorry. Hold on. Thank you, James. Fucking shit. I'm gonna go get Burger King now. Burger King has... I've died to Roger twice. One time is like, okay, it happens. Twice is like, what is going on? To be fair, I'm distracted. Chims. I mean, thank you, but like, we remembered. What I don't like with YouTube members, though, in this case, is like, if you change your membership tier, because Cheems has been a member before, but if you change your tier when you renew it, it doesn't like show the amount of months. It only shows the amount of months on like just a straight renewal. I hate that, because like, I don't know how many months Cheems has been a member. Doesn't tell me now. Going to do the trifecta of faith damage negation. I don't really know, like, I haven't planned out the end game super specifically. Typically with Elden Ring, I do kind of like go in and I like have mapped out a build before I start playing. And then when I do play, I just kind of like run straight through to get everything I need. Get through all the, oh my God. I gotta stop with this shield bullshit. These guys are gonna actually crit me. You know, just run through and grab everything I need, and aside from that, just the main like plot points, and that's all. This time I was kind of like, yeah, I've got the basic idea. I know like the main weapon I want to use. That's about it. I know I want to use like, you know, Golden Order incants, even though they're not good. I want to use them for like the theming and stuff. And I've just kind of been winging it and playing the game, like actually exploring everything again, as if it's the first time. Oh my God. And it's been fun. I haven't gone to Lane Dell yet, which is why I have almost no holy stuff. Because in that exploring everything, I've remembered how big the game actually is. Oh, shit. This can't be bad, right? Oh, yes, Moonveil. As I'm saying this can't be bad, I get hit with the fucking Moonveil unsheath. Oh, my God. All right, Thick Boy might have to go first. Ow. Why? Come here. You are playing it for the first time? Last time? I've played Elden Ring more than once before this. I don't know how, or like what number run this is. This is at least like my 5th run of the game. Oh, shit. Ah, okay. Oh my God. He showed up. He showed up. He's here. Fuck. I'm just trying to like not play stupid. Why are you so aggro all of a sudden? Fucking shit. Dude, that hurts. Oh my God. This is fine. Not the skulls again, man. They've got to despawn at this kind of range, right? They do. I shouldn't have charged it that much. Oh my God. All 3 of them are just charging. Yeah. Shit. Fuck. Fuck. That requires a sword with a 0.5% drop rate. Dedication to the drip should be studied. This time I'm winging the armor. I don't know what's going on with this drip. Got a ranged attack. I mean, we've got the ashes on Sword of Night and Flame. I just don't really use them often. But only getting what I need for the build. Yeah. DLC is sneaking up on me real fast. And I'm kind of like, maybe this was a bad idea to completely run through like all of what the game has to offer again to prepare. Because like, I think when the DLC comes out, more likely than not, it's just gonna be like, oh my god, the day is today. Like, I just need to rush to Moog right now. Although supposedly there's going to be more than one way to enter the DLC. Or so some people have been saying. It's not really from like super trustworthy sources, but it's been alleged that there will be more than one entrance to the DLC. But Moog is gonna be like the main one that most people will do. But I've got a bunch of extra Elden Ring scheduled in for the next couple weeks to try to prepare in time. Because I don't need to beat the game. It would actually be a bad idea to beat the game. I don't want to do New Game Plus for the DLC. And it's like the main entrance is late game. But it's pretty late game to do the Moog fight. At least if you're doing like traditional progression, right? If you're not skipping there early, it's pretty late in the game. Gonna fight Fortisax after these guys? Maybe. I kind of forgot about Fortisax, to be honest with you. Okay, Onion Boy is definitely much tankier. Oh my god. Oh, but he has those, and that's really annoying if he actually uses them. Can we cool it? Ha-ha! I hate this shit. Complete Vara's quest. Yeah, but then you still have to kill Moog. Which, look, I'm no stranger to the underleveled boss fight, but Moog is already a rough fight for me when I do it, like, kind of at the point you're supposed to. I guess I could just farm there, because it literally has the best rune farm spot in the game. But, like, I've dedicated to not rune farming on this playthrough, and so far we haven't broken that rule. We have done absolutely no extra rune farming outside of just playing normally. So I don't want to like break it right at the end just to get into DLC super quick. At this point, I gotta see it through. I gotta grind her out. Ow, fucker. Ooh, that's bad. He's doing it again. If I could take you out, Onion Boy is gonna be so easy. There. Now we're good. Am I capping my builds? What do you mean capping? I guess the answer is no. Although maybe I just don't know the term. Can't wait for martial arts to be added. Easy, you say? That was really unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. Onion Boy ran my shit right at the end. I can't believe I've died so many times to these bosses. I guess it's like... It's 5 of them in sequence. So it's... Maybe I do just underestimate their numbers. Individually, they're not bad. But needing to do 5 in a row with 3 of them coming in all at once, they can catch you. Oh my god, he poised through it. Dude's got the poise. Barricade shield it is. Come here. Oh, setting a limit on my level? Not really. I'll probably just be like around I'm trying to think. For Moog, probably around like 120-ish. I'm not like hard limiting myself, but I'll probably be somewhere around that. You know, I'm assuming since the main entrance is killing Moog, being like at about the level that you would be at that point in the game is kind of like the quote-unquote intended spot for your build to be going into the DLC. Although apparently there's like, from what we've heard, oh my god, I almost just got nuked. That was horrifying. From what we've heard, the stats are actually going to play a pretty minimal role in things like damage scaling in the DLC. Like the attribute points, I mean. And the DLC is going to have like its own separate leveling system that it's bringing to the game now. It's kind of hard to know what that's all about, like before the DLC is here, but we've heard bits and pieces about that. Where like apparently by killing bosses in the DLC, that's actually how you start to earn your damage scaling within it, allegedly. That's coming from people who have played previews though. So that's not like, you know, unlikely or anything. It's not like, oh, I think that might just be bullshit. It's just, I don't really know exactly how that works yet. Episodes 1 and 2, it's bad not continuing the show. The trailer didn't look great. The trailer didn't look awful to me, but it was a trailer that was like, I don't know if this is going to be good or not. Like it doesn't stand out as being a bad trailer, but nothing about it is like, oh, I need to watch this show. You know, that was kind of how I felt about it. By finding items as well, they recommend you go in at 150. Damn. They recommend 150? Shit. Don't. I'm not ready yet. Oh my god, the skulls. No, fuck. God damn it, dude. Fia's champions are fucking me up. Why do you never two-hand? It's all about the drip, baby. It's all about the drip. End of the day, nothing is more important in this game than your Elden drip. The style points that you get for holding the shield in your left hand massively outweigh the damage increase from two-handing. It's a known fact. It's a known fact. Incredibly bad. It's actually hilarious. Really? Jesus, man. I didn't even know that it was coming out today until yesterday when people... Oh, I'm dead! Until people in chat yesterday were saying that it was coming out today. Like, before that, I just actually didn't even know. That's how out of the loop I am on the new Star Wars stuff now. Reject steel, return to monkey, use club. I don't have any strength. It wouldn't work. To be fair, damage scaling is like where this build is currently the weakest. I've got good health, good endurance, good mind, everything. The damage scaling is the weakness currently. My faith is only at 32. and I'm in like mid game with 32 faith on a faith build. So we're struggling in the damage department a little bit currently. I'm sorry, did you just buff off of me blocking your attack? Damn. This has to be Fia's weakest champion. Faith build. Hey, this is a faith scaling sword. It's not untrue. It's a faith intelligence sword, but faith. Ow. Uh-oh. To know a bunch of lore that people who... Oh, no. Outside material? Disney. That's my biggest pet peeve ever, dude. Like, when you're making, like, a game, you can't write the narrative in a way where fans are expected to know things from, like, novels or comics before playing the game. Cough, cough, Halo 5. It doesn't work. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves in writing is just expecting people to have engaged with outside media. Do not buff yourself. Fuck. God. The other guy buffed himself too? Are you shitting me? Oh my god. I got Fia's strongest champions this time. Oh, sweet Jesus. Why am I against buff builds? Why am I against buff builds? What is happening? Come here, bitch. Take that, onion boy. They both have flame buffs on their swords. It's Jover. It's not Jover. I've whipped out my greatest pocket weapon. Sword of Night and Flame. Fire attack. I rarely use it, but when the situation... Holy damage! Did you see that? More than half of his health in one hit. I hadn't even touched that guy yet. Oh, shit. Okay. Might just have to start another Faith playthrough. Blood Flame is so cool, man. I wish there was more, like, Blood and Blood Flame incants in vanilla Elden Ring. Because when you play, like, Convergence, you can do entire Blood Flame builds that are so fucking cool. But that's just, like, not even... I mean, you could do it in Elden Ring, but you have so many more options in Convergence with it that by comparison, it's like, why would I ever do it in vanilla? I won't. I could maybe try to round my health out, like bring it up to 40 right now, just to give myself a little buffer. Because I typically do that thing where I wait until my health bar is actually a problem, and then no, my damage scaling is so bad. Like, the damage scaling needs to get fixed now. Faith just needs to keep getting pumped for now. Blood Flame and Hook Claws, really? I wouldn't have thought to put them together, but that sounds really, really cool. Rivers of Blood. Rivers of Blood is not what it once was, sadly. It's still one of my favorite weapons in the game just because of how goddamn cool it is. But man, that shit's been nerfed, what, like 6 times at this point since launch? I don't think it's 6. I think it's 5, though. I think it's at least 4 nerfs, and I'm pretty sure it's 5. 6 was me exaggerating, in all honesty. But point being, it's been nerfed so many times that, like, it's still a good weapon, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. Did I ever go down through all of that? Is there something in there? I absolutely did not. Hold on. I've only ever used pure strength builds, no magic. Greatsword go thunk. I have never done a, like, pure holy damage build, like what I'm moving towards long term here. So it's gonna be interesting. I kind of just remembered that I had this in my pocket as well. My little, like, holy Wolverine blade that I've been carrying around. Just because it's cool. It's actually... it's not bad. I can't lie, it's not bad. Hook claws already have bleed and a quick moveset. I've talked about it a lot before. My favorite bleed build that I've done was pretty unusual, but it was Rogier's Rapier with, like, bleed affinity on it and seppuku. Because it has the charge attack, like the charge heavy, where you can do, like, the little 1-2 stab, right? And with all the bleed stacking on it, if you hit both of that little 1-2 stab, if both of the stabs connect, it was instant bleed proc. Just on one heavy attack. And it was the most busted shit I think I've ever done in Elden Ring. Just in total. I think that was my best build ever. Just obscene. Getting instant bleed proc on a heavy attack. But being able to spam light attacks on hook claws would probably be a lot easier in terms of, like, just demand from the player, right? Because that, at least, you had to, like, position and kind of get the timing right to actually rip the heavy off. But with something like hook claws, you're pretty safe to just, you know, R1, R1. I feel like that could be really good. Like, really, really good. I saw the jump up, but I want to check if there's anything over here now that I just got another somber. Somber 7. Yeah, okay, so Sword of Night and Flame is at 6. I'm gonna wait and not go to 7 because this is gonna be my backup weapon. Where, like, you know, if Malekith is as bad as I'm expecting with this build, I'm bad at Malekith. It's not a fight that I do well in normally. And I know that he's like 40% resistant to holy damage. So Sword of Night and Flame is going to stay in the pocket all the way through late game just for situations like that where it's like, okay, I actually can't kill this bitch. Like, if I really need to just pull this thing out, I will. I've already gone to Landell. I've not made my way to Landell yet. I wanted to do, like, all the underground areas. Like, I want to do Lake of Rot after this. Actually, it was, someone in chat was like, I was thinking about where I should go next. And I was about to head up to, like, Altus and Landell. But then someone in chat was like, you should do Lake of Rot. Do it now, coward. And I kind of remembered that Deeproot exists and wanted to come here. You good at Moog? I'm pretty good at Moog. I'm not bad at Moog. I'm not too worried about him. Obviously Nihil kicks anyone's ass without the item. It's a tier, right? That makes it actually not do damage to you. It's a physic tier, I think. Sorry, my brain. Without that fight can just be a bit of a pain. But Other than that, I'm not too worried about Moog. Does Moog have a lot of holy resist? It is a tier. I thought so. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Where, like, unless you have it, it is just like, yep, start drinking your heals now. You're gonna need them. I remember my first playthrough when I streamed it was, I genuinely was like, who the fuck designed this? Just guaranteed death if you don't have the potions to chug through it. Like, what? Who thought of this? And then after I killed Moog, I think it might have been Mickle, but someone in chat was like, yeah, there's an item that you can get from a quest that makes you invincible to that attack. I'm like, oh, yeah, great. Thanks for telling me. Which, to be fair, I'm glad that they didn't backseat the shit out of me on my first playthrough and just immediately tell me. But also, I was like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. Totally knew that. Oh, my God. 2K to Malekith with Holy build? Okay, he might not be that bad then. He might be doable with the right setup. But I'm definitely just holding on to Sword of Night and Flame. I'm just holding on to it. You can sidestep cheese him. Yeah, I'm just like, even with the item, I think that attack is kind of just not great. Like, I get that FromSoft's whole thing is like subverting traditional game design, but for me, having an unavoidable attack that you need to have a specific item equipped on your build to be able to avoid isn't super fun. Like, even when you do know about it, it's just kind of like, oh, gotta put the tier on for it. It's one of the moments in this game where I'm like, I get what you're going for here. Like, it's an exploration game. You're rewarding people for having gone out and found this, but like, give me all the stones. All what is this? What does this bug have? For the new light greatsword. Oh, I looked away, and when I was like looking out of the corner of my eye, glancing at it, I thought I was way closer than that. Get back here. To get unavoidably cursed. Could you imagine if it was just instant curse? It would be the most like fuck you thing that FromSoft has ever done. Don't need the tier if you're strong enough. Yeah, like I did it without the tier, right? On a first playthrough. You don't need it. But just unavoidable damage without a specific item, in my opinion, isn't super fun. Like, I'm not a fan, even knowing the gimmick. How much is the level for me right now? 45. Is there stuff up? Oh, there's totally stuff up there. They wouldn't put that dude up there if there wasn't stuff. That dude's sniping from the rooftop. There's gotta be stuff up here. No way there isn't. Ow, fuck. That hurt. Level are you? I think 89? Oh, sorry, 87. I'm 87. So even with like all the stuff that I've done, because I've done no rune farming, I'm actually like, I'm still within like the recommended quote unquote levels, Deep Root recommended levels is like 80 to 90. So it's kind of interesting how, like, dedicating to kind of playing the game as if it's my first time and I don't know where everything is, and like the optimal spots to farm my levels quickly. It's like, oh yeah, they actually did kind of build it around you playing like this. It's so easy to forget that the game is constructed for this play style after a couple years of optimizing the shit out of every replay. Give me a smithing stone 6. Yeah, thanks. I'm so glad I came up here and got that. Fought all those basilisks, got around your stupid ass for a smithing stone 6. Only boss I don't like is Rykard. I think Rykard is kind of fun, but it's a similar thing. Where it's like, yeah, you can do it without the sword. Theoretically. But no one's doing it without that. Or sorry, spear. And like, just being forced into using a specific piece of gear isn't that enjoyable. Please. Okay, I was like, if this doesn't stagger you, I am so eating damage. Ow. I love Barricade Shield. I know everyone was like, use parry, use parry. That was me being stupid. But Barricade Shield is badass when it works and you just get like these counter hit strings where you're barely using any stamina. It's really fun. I'm a fan of Barricade Shield for sure. Wasn't always, but I've come around to Barricade Shield. I see the appeal. And parrying with a dagger? No, maybe someday. I've never done like a proper parry dagger run of the game. I probably will someday. If not this game, then another Souls game. But for now, I will stick with like my, you know, big sword, big bonk, magic, whatever else. Pretty much. Stagger, bitch. No phase transition for you. Not on my watch. Who would have thought chugging a potion in his face was a bad idea? Oh, I thought there was like a explosion after. Oh no, that's a grab! Holy shit! I was like, oh, this looks like I could counter hit it. And then I realized what it was. Oh my god, that was horrifying. I have never felt my heart drop so much in the span of like half a second. Oh, that was really close. I didn't think I dodged it. Okay. Well, it worked out. Oh, Crucible Tree armor? Hold on. Hold on. Our drip potential has just drastically increased. Let's start with the chest piece, right? Because if I can... Oh, interesting. The chest piece is actually lighter than what I'm wearing. Same poise. Huh. A little less damage resist, but I'm mainly running armor for the poise. Is that? Huh. Okay. those would put me over. With the helmet. Nope. Oh. For more than just swag. It's for a mix of the drip and the poise for me on this build. I want poise on this build. If I could just get a couple levels of endurance in, I should be able to run the full set. You have become him. I took his soul. Now I am the Crucible Knight. This is a great looking set. This immediate drip improvement over what I was running. Banished Knight set is really cool too. But, I mean, are the Crucible Knights all women? Is this Elden lore that I don't know? My Elden Ring lore knowledge is actually really bad. I know a little bit. Oh, it looks so much better. It's mostly like the flowy bits on the back. That's what's really carrying. Oh, just that one. The chest piece says armor of Siluria and her knights. I was talking about it earlier this playthrough, how I feel like one of the biggest reasons that I don't like pick up on all the lore when I do just like my own natural playthroughs of Souls games is because I never read the item descriptions. Like that's where so much of the lore in these games comes from. And I'm always like, ooh, gear, equip, move on. I never actually sit down and read the description. Nice teleport. Another somber 6. I don't need more 6s. I need more 7s. Come on. Oh, or not. My dome is full of useless game info. Hey, man. We all have that game that we know like a concerning amount about. If you ever need to understand the Call of Duty Zombies storyline, I got you covered. You got a question, come to me. I got you. And that shit is completely incoherent unless you actually like really dig in. Like notoriously incoherent because of all the multiverse and like the little shattered offset timelines and just all it gets really overly complicated. Has a reputation for being really difficult to actually fully understand. Oh, look at that. I literally needed one more endurance point. For all the leaders in 5, you're coming at me with baby questions, dude. What do you mean, who are all the leaders in 5? This is a little baby mode question. It's JFK, McNamara, Castro, and what's his name? Richard Nixon. Come on. That is a teleport to Lanedale. No, we did not do Tree Sentinel yet. I haven't even done Altus yet. This is a good looking set. This is a good looking set. I like this armor a lot. The poise benefit is huge, and also it just looks real good. Oh, I was about to say it might be time to do Altus then, like with that. But Lake of Rot awaits me. Lake of Rot is where on the map? It's here, I think? Am I right about that? No. It might be more up here. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Hold on. Let me interactive map real quick. I just want to see if there's any anything that I missed in Deeproot, like of note. Like any bosses mostly. I don't feel like I missed anything, but just in case before I move on from Deep Root. Because I think I did it looks like I did everything. I did not do everything. Okay. Isn't there a certain coffin? Yeah. How do you get the music Easter egg on Transit? Oh, shit. I actually don't know that. But I also don't like Transit. Famously, back when I was a Zombies creator, I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my head how to play. I know the song for Transit. Like, I know what the Easter egg song is, but I couldn't tell you how to activate it in the map. That I don't know. I actually don't like Transit's Easter egg song very much. Somewhat controversial take. But I don't. It's not my song. And I like most Zombies music. I think that song is pretty eh. Carrion's not my thing. Where's the coffin? Should be next to the white waterfall. Thank you. Not this waterfall, right? White waterfall. There's not even a waterfall over here. It's just rock. The white waterfall. Oh, wait, is there? No waterfall. Oh, wait. Yes, waterfall. Of Ronnie's questions. I've been doing Ronnie's quests. I think we are at the point to go down there. I got Blythe out of the Everjail. Was like the last thing I did for that quest line. And I talked to EG about how Blythe is gonna like go mad. So I'm pretty sure that we're at that point in the quest anyway, unless I'm forgetting something. Well, I got a lightning I almost said grease bolt, great bolt. White waterfall. In the northwest section. Northwest? Oh, up there? Up by this Grace then. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Yeah, okay. Northwest. I was like looking around, and then I saw the thing. Who needs Ronnie anyway? You know, the one thing that's left in Deep Root. If you know, you know. Some might call him. I'm some. I would call him the big boy. Me and my stupid ass antlers on my helmet just slowly disappearing into the coffin. Said it before and I'll say it again. No coffin in the Souls games will ever top the coffin in the Things Betwixt in Dark Souls 2. Greatest coffin in one of these games ever. Rich Dragon 40 stacks? Yes. The big boy is still left to be done. But he comes later. Like, I don't think I could fight him right now, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The way that I know to get to the Lich Dragon fight is up in Farum Azula. Unless I'm forgetting. Plummeting down would cause major consequence. Nope. Nope, it's fine. Perfectly A-okay. They crashed my graphics card. Oh, sorry, that's Placiduce. You're right, that's a different boss. You're right. Hold on. You're telling me I could still do Fortisax? I must just be forgetting. I've only ever fought him once. And it was on my first playthrough. So I don't remember how to get there, actually. Because I was confusing the Placidusax fight. Holy 62,000? God damn. God damn. That's a lot of runes that I was just sitting on. Holy shit. I have no idea how Ronnie's quest works. I don't really either. I managed to fumble my way through it like every playthrough because there's so many. Well, like at every point in her quest line, there's like ways. There's multiple ways to get to like the next step. So I always manage to like stumble my way through one of those various ways. And I find myself there eventually. Speak to me.
Oh, a dogged fellow, aren't we?
Dogged indeed.
Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise. But now the cat is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Rani the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter. Perform for me. Eliminate the baleful name of Rani. I will not.
Just Ronnie, but smaller. Yeah, I every time that she says that, I'm like, it's literally just you, but like miniature. That's it. It's not exactly a disguise, Ronnie. It's not like anyone who, by the way, like works for you wouldn't recognize you. Uh-oh. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Elden Ring's best girl. We all know the answer is Gideon. I feel confident in that answer. I still don't get the Ronnie simping, four hands or not. She's kind of a bitch. But you didn't hear it from me. I am but a humble servant. Oh shit. I was not in as good of a spot as I thought I was. You guys are gonna have to wait. This bitch has gotta go. Ooh, ooh, he can turn around and shoot this way. Okay, hold on. Actually, let's go in a little more well prepared than that. Ow. Oi, oi, oi. Oh my god. I don't like you guys. Stop it. Hold on, check this out. T-pose of death. 20 damage. That's the most I've ever seen it do. Without, like, an enemy being super weak to holy, at least. My favorite Moonlight Greatsword. Is it cheating to say it's Armored Core 6? Oh shit, that's the wrong flask. In Souls, it's probably the Demon Souls one, but the Elden Ring one is close second. You get people saying Bloodborne. Well, I haven't played it because the cowards won't put it on a good system. Ow. No, AC6 isn't a great sword, but the Armored Core, it's Moonlight. Armored Core Moonlight is Moonlight. Stupid bitch. I came prepared. The stagger. All right. If you punch Ronnie, oh, that's another 7. We have to kill a bunch of, dude, it's Demon Souls. If there is ever an area in Soulsborne that I hate, it's the Valley of Defilement.
Where have you? I took you for dead.
Just play it on PS4. No, I refuse. Especially, I 100% to refuse, I 100% refuse to give them money for the worst version, theoretically. Not that there's a better version out, but like, I'm not giving them money for Bloodborne unless they put it on a good system. I refuse to. I will not pay them for a shitty technical experience. I just won't. Because there's like, you know, game is good. Unfortunately, it's just not on the best system. And then there's Bloodborne, which is game is good. Holy shit, how did you ever think this was in a good enough state to release to the public? I'm gonna stop reading that sentence there. What? Oh, yeah, isn't there a ring that they added to the remake to make it much more tolerable? It's a ring, right? It's one of like the very small number of items outside of like the DLC stuff that they added to Demon Souls remake. Was like a ring for Valley of Defilement. Which way do I go from here again? It's not. I can read a map. What's up this way? Yeah, makes you move through the swamp without getting slowed. Can roll and all that. That would make it a lot better. Because holy shit. The Black Phantom that they have out there, I don't remember her name. But the Black Phantom in 5.2 that you have to fight like on the tiniest little islands. Because she has a crazy strength setup as well that just, even if you're like pretty leveled, it'll like two-shot you. No bullshit. So trying to fight her while it's like, yeah, if your foot even so much as touches the water, you lose the ability to roll or walk at any sort of moderate speed. It's a bit of a bitch. That's putting it lightly. Yeah, so this goes down to like the upper side of what's it? The Dragon King, kin room. You could always play the Bloodborne demake or Minecraft Bloodborne. I don't know why they're waiting, man. I don't. And at this point, I don't even know if it's Sony. Like like we all have been kind of saying like, oh yeah, obviously it's just Sony keeping it on that system. But the more that I think about it, what Sony has done with every PC port so far is they are having like an additional studio that they own do the port job when it comes to like Spider-Man, God of War, whatever. Like they have a dedicated studio who just works on the port. But what they do every time is that the original developers also are assisting on the port's development. And since literally like all of Sony's other big hitters have made their way over at least one game, at least one, it makes me wonder if FromSoft has been offered to like get the port over so long as they help develop the port, and they're just like, nah. It makes me wonder, legitimately. It's a total possibility, because like it makes no sense. Sony has put over titles that are bigger system sellers than the Souls games, like the 2 Souls games that they have. There's no reason that they would still be holding on to those games. There's no good reason, at least. Because for a while it was like, okay, we're not doing God of War Ragnarok, we're not doing The Last of Us, because we're saving like our biggest system sellers for absolute last. But at this point, like, we're past that. Like, The Last of Us is on PC. Ragnarok is coming out in a few months on PC. And still no word of either of the Souls games that they own. I think I did something wrong. Oh no, I didn't. We're good. I was like, did I irreversibly ruin my chances? They aren't going to port over an old game that runs like butt to PC. Well, you mean Demon Souls? Yeah, I mean Demon Souls and Bloodborne. Yeah, the other Souls game being Demon Souls. Yeah. That is what I mean. I don't know why they're holding out on those. Demon Souls was a big system seller for them for the PS5. But in all honesty, that was more of like a time and place sort of thing, where they just didn't really have any other PS5 titles ready to go for launch. And Demon Souls happened to be there and happened to look really damn good. Even with like how massive the Souls fandom is, I don't think Demon Souls Remake would have sold as many units as it did if it had launched in an environment where like God of War Ragnarok was there at the same time, if that makes sense. Or Spider-Man 2, for like something like that. One of their really big ones. Demon Souls was a launch game. Yeah, I think that's the only reason it sold so many systems, was just it was one of the only launch games that PS5 had. You know what I mean? Sony seems happy to port stuff. FromSoft is the common. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to lose my reason to think that this is a Sony issue. Because, like, Bloodborne, sure, maybe they are waiting for a PS5 version, but then what about Demon Souls? Like, what's the deal there? I don't get it. What is the name of the warden? Brutus. You gotta ask me, like, more niche stuff here. Come on. This is like Scott Pilgrim trivia. You gotta be asking me stuff about, like, I don't know, what's like niche info that the majority of people wouldn't know. I guess the majority of people wouldn't know Leroy's actual name, like his canon name. But even that is like, if you're decently into zombies, there's a very good chance that you do know it. Really niche stuff would be like, who created the Pack-a-Punch machine? Said that he would be open to doing something with Bloodborne, but it's in Sony's hands. Did he? Hold on. Now I gotta... Miyazaki on Bloodborne PC? Miyazaki talks about Bloodborne remake. This was fairly recent. This was like 3 months ago. He apparently said something to the extent, I'm summarizing here. I see the quote. Miyazaki apparently said that he's very happy about like the amount of people who do want more from the Bloodborne IP, but FromSoft simply doesn't own the rights to it. Wait a second. Let me really read this. I'm reading like the whole thing. So he's... This is kind of iffy. This is kind of iffy, actually. Because he wasn't asked about launching it on PC. He was asked about remaking Bloodborne. So this is like... The headline that they ran is like, oh yeah, he remains vague about whether or not it will come to PC, but then they straight up say like, we asked if he would be willing to remake Bloodborne. And that's when he said like, unfortunately, we don't have the rights to the project. Oh, that's kind of frustrating. Because, oh... You guys, who is this? This is PC Gamer. PC Gamer, you asked the wrong question. You asked the wrong question. Oh, sorry. This was not PC Gamer. PC Gamer wrote the article. IGN asked the question. They asked the wrong question. What machine do these lyrics go to? To err is human, to forgive us divine? I don't know that one. Is this going to be like a really obscure one where it's the unused Electric Cherry jingle or something? To err is human? What? Why? I tried to copy paste it and my PC just didn't copy it. Is not us. To forgive is divine. Hold on. It's gonna drive me nuts. It's either like a jingle that I did not ever hear often. So like maybe Who's Who or what's it called? Volterade? Or Death Perception and Cold War got a jingle, but man, I don't think I've ever heard it actually play once in my life. But they did make a perk jingle for it in Cold War. No, I would know the Who's Who one. Who's Who has a bit of an iconic one. It's not the Death Perception one. It's Deadshot? Deadshot Daiquiri? What? Oh, to error is human, to forgive is fine. Oh, that's why I've never heard it. Okay, that was a good question. Actually, that was an obscure ass question. That's kind of more what I was like, that's what you got to be asking me. Because the reason I don't know it from my stupid playtime numbers is, what's it? It's not the portion of the jingle that plays in-game. Like, they all have a snippet that plays in-game on random chance sometimes when you buy the perk, right? You'd have to listen to, like, the full uncut jingle to actually hear those lyrics. That's why I wasn't immediately like, come on. Come on. If you had asked, like, the headshot power, I would immediately know. Because, you know, the little snippet that plays is like the headshot power of Deadshot Daiquiri. That shit's... I've heard that a million times. Don't ask me why I'm buying Deadshot. Or actually do ask me, because it's commonly thought to be a terrible perk, but it's actually not that bad. It's just very niche in its application. Demon Souls Remake makes all actual FromSoft games look bad. You mean like technically speaking, right? Whoosh. Come here. No, I fucking missed it. 115 is in my playlist because that song's 115 is like one of those songs from gaming that you're like, this isn't even just good gaming music, this is just good music. Like, this could just be on someone's metal playlist and come on, and you would have no idea that it's from a video game. It would just sound like an awesome ass metal song. A lot of Zombies Easter egg songs are incredible, though. Like, 115 is the one that most people have at least heard. Oh, teased, but you couldn't get it until recent PhD. Fuck them for that, by the way. Technically, yeah. To be fair, and maybe this is, you know, hot take, FromSoft themselves kind of make all their games look bad, technically speaking. Because FromSoft always has amazing game design, amazing art style. I have never once in my life associated FromSoft with, like, pushing the technical boundaries of game graphics. You know what I mean? Never. Because their games just don't look like that. Like Elden Ring, artistically speaking, is phenomenal. In terms of, like, the actual engine and, like, the quality of the in-game assets, it doesn't really look like a game from 2022. Like, if you start to look at stuff on its own and you're like, technically speaking, how does the game look? Not that great. But when you look at Elden Ring's, like, larger picture, and any of FromSoft's larger pictures, like, if you just look at the game on a grander scale and you're not actually getting nitty-gritty with it, they look fantastic. They look great. But yeah, like with any FromSoft game, if you actually start looking at stuff up close, it doesn't look that great. So what the fuck are you talking about? I'm being serious. Maybe back in the day, like Armored Core 2 was a launch title for PS2 and actually looked pretty good. For what? Like, I think it came out in 2000? But to be fair, compared to what a lot of its contemporaries were doing on the system, it makes sense that they were able to, like, get better, like, polygon counts out of individual models and stuff like that. Superficial part of the game anyway. To an extent, yeah. And look, I'm like the gameplay guy, right? Like, I don't give a shit about your story. Your game you could release a game nowadays, like Ultra Kill, literally intentionally goes for PS1. I don't care. Some people would be like, ew, what are these graphics? Ew. I don't care. But when we're talking like AAA stuff, I think that there is a sort of expectation that you at least like meet the bar of like the generation that you're releasing within, if that makes sense. Where it's like, am I going to skip a game entirely because it doesn't have jaw-dropping graphics? No. Oh, fuck. Okay, we live. Thank God. Elden Ring fall damage. Woo! People love I have like 140 hours or something on Vampire Survivors. I have all the achievements in Vampire Survivors, including the DLCs. Every single one of them. Fucking love Vampire Survivors. The game does look like shit. But I definitely, like with AAA products, I'll call a game out for not looking, I guess, like up to par. Elden Ring isn't that far behind by any means either. Elden Ring feels like an Xbox One PS4 game in terms of like the technical aspect, but like late Xbox One PS4, right? It looks a few years behind, but not like significantly behind. Some games come out and look like shit, like AAA games, and that's when you're like, okay, what happened? Like they're superficial, but you have to at least like meet the standard. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. There's definitely like a minimum amount where if a AAA game comes out and doesn't look at least that good, people are going to complain about it regardless of who they are. Ultra Kill and Vampire Survivors are the first like couple examples that came to mind. But those are also indie. So I'm trying to think of like AAA games that looked really... Oh! Not entirely on the whole, but like when Forspoken came out, and to be fair, people were looking for things to shit on with Forspoken. But like the face models and like animations in Forspoken looked really bad, especially for a game that was so story heavy and had so many like close-up mid shots of what's it called? Of faces in like conversations and stuff. The faces looked bad. Oh my God, Starfield faces. That's a recent good example. Starfield faces got memed to hell and back, right? Isn't meeting yours? Maybe I just haven't been playing games that are a few years behind then. I mean, comparing to like what came out in 2022, like big hitters, 2022 was kind of a dry year, so I'm gonna have to Google. Hold on. Best video games of 2022. Elden Ring will be the first on the list. But like technically speaking, now that I do have a comparison list, there really weren't many big AAA games that year. Jesus Christ. This game's contemporaries were things like Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, the new MW2, you know, MW2 2022, greatest name of a video game ever. So like when you put it right up against like stuff that came out at the time, it does, in a technical way, look a few years behind them. But like, has to be experienced. Horizon Forbidden West looks great. It's not really a game that I'm all that interested in playing. It's certainly not my game, but like it does look good. Completely forgot about Starfield. I actually liked Starfield. The thing is like, I think everyone wanted to love Starfield, so when it was a hard game to love, it got a really strong negative response. Because, like, the game is good. It's just not great. Like, it's a game that feels like Skyrim. Like Skyrim, but, like, marginally better in some aspects and worse in others. And it's like, yeah, it's good, but it's not what anyone was hoping for. You know what I mean? Like, everyone was kind of wishing for it to be a lot more than it was. For me, just traveling around the game was such a pain in the ass. Oh my god. The loading screens and everything needing to be done through fast travel. I get that I probably would have fast traveled anyway if they had actually done the whole universe to scale and like travel time to scale. No way I actually would have flown between planets manually. No way in hell. But Jesus Christ, needing to like fast travel into orbit of the planet and then open up the map screen again once you're there and fast travel down to the surface of the planet was awful. It was so bad. Why can't I just go to the surface of the planet right away? What? What? Like, I was actually just... Every Bethesda RPG is... every Bethesda game is a worse RPG than the previous one. I thought Starfield's RPG systems were a step in a better direction. Still nowhere near what I would have hoped for. Like, even by Bethesda standards. But I think as an RPG, like in a traditional sense, I think Starfield is ahead of Fallout 4, certainly. I think it's ahead of Skyrim, certainly. But then it's like, is it ahead of Oblivion? No. Like, it's a step in a better direction, but it's not there. Series S, that's why. Even on PC. It's not just Series S. Are awful. Well, Bethesda's RPG mechanics are awful. Starfield's RPG mechanics are better than, like, the last 10 years of Bethesda's RPG mechanics, but still not as good as Bethesda's RPG mechanics from 20 years ago. Right? Like, I know that on paper, RPG gold standard for Bethesda games is Daggerfall. And look, this is coming from a guy who's totally cool with like old, outdated, janky game design. Daggerfall is a hard game to play, even for me. So like Morrowind is like my standard that I would love for Bethesda to get back to. And it's not Morrowind, right? Is the thing. It's not at the Morrowind level. I got a solid amount of fun out of Starfield. I think I played it for like 30-ish hours. I got a decent amount of fun. Did I get through the main story? No. Daggerfall, or no, Morrowind is like actual peak Bethesda. Can't play anything too old. There's a limit. I really like I mean I have a limit, but my limit is like the mid 80s. My limit's pretty far back in terms of like how outdated and janky stuff can get before I just can't really stick through it. But I'm very lenient with it, and Daggerfall is too outdated and janky for me. Because it's a game that's outdated and janky even for when it came out. Like, considerably so. Because what's crazy to, like, look back on is, like, you know, Daggerfall, you're kind of like, well, it's just old. But then you look at the other stuff that was coming out, like, in the same year, the year before, the year after. And, like, Daggerfall was just behind even when it came out. Although Daggerfall does have some really fun stuff that's super jank. And super... They have a climbing skill where you can legitimately just walk up to, like, any wall and climb it. No bullshit. And it's really funny. And honestly, really fun to do, like, you know, a cat burglar kind of thing where you can just, like, go up to someone's house, climb the wall. It's complete nonsense that you can, but you can just scale the wall right up. And then, like, boom, you go in through their, like, upper balcony door to rob them. It's fun. It's really fun. But for every moment like that in Daggerfall, there's so much like the dungeon broke and spawned the item I need for my quests literally through the floor, which is a major issue in Daggerfall. Like a massive issue. It happens all the time. The game is notorious for it. I caught a disease and had no idea because the game didn't tell me, and then an hour later I die after I've already overwritten my 3 saves. For every good moment in Daggerfall, there's a lot of shit that's like, I don't want to play this game anymore. KOTOR is a better game. I think KOTOR is a more focused, it delivers a more polished experience, but it's much more linear. Like Bethesda RPGs, I love them. Or sorry, Bethesda RPGs. BioWare RPGs is what I meant to say. I love them, but they're not on the scale, literally on the scale, or even just in terms of like player freedom, they're not even close to what Bethesda aims for. So it's kind of a different standard to hold them to, because the intent is totally different. Oh God. Like BioWare gives you a very curated, polished experience that you kind of run through a series of preset options that have been like very highly polished and perfected for you ahead of time. Bethesda goes for like, let's just make this big ass sandbox and hope that shit doesn't break, and then everything breaks because it's Bethesda. But like, they try. Easter egg song for Zetsubo no Shima, Dead Flowers. And it's one of the GOATs. It's one of the best Easter egg songs. I just went, yeah, they're all canon. I hate that shit too. In any game that has like multiple endings. That was a moment where I read chat and misspoke because I just started saying what I'm reading out loud. Oh no! Fuck! When games that have multiple endings are like, oh yeah, every single one of these endings is canon. Sometimes it can be enjoyable. If it's just like, well, they're all canon because it's whatever the player does on their journey. So like, it doesn't really matter. Because what's important is that you got your ending. That's cool. But when it's legitimately like in the lore of the universe, things from every single different ending are all canon simultaneously, it's like, that's not super fun. That makes it feel like what I did didn't ultimately matter very much. BioWare is making a tabletop campaign as a video game half the time. Yeah. It's a totally different thing. Like, Bethesda kind of goes for making this larger world and kind of letting you just go crazy with it. And time literally broke. What the fuck? That is some Bethesda lore, actually. Wait, what is this? What did I leave behind over here? Is it lighting the flame? Do we even see the flame? I mean, I don't think it really matters. Does it? I miss BioWare. Apparently they're going to be showcasing 15 minutes of gameplay for a new Dragon Age game on Tuesday. Which is kind of exciting, if you ask me, because, you know, we haven't seen BioWare really do anything since, like, Anthem. But they completely restructured the company after Anthem, and they're going back to, like, their old school single player style. So I'm really excited to see what they've been cooking for the last, like, 5 years in that process. But the other part of me is sitting here going, excuse me, Dragon Age? I thought we were doing Mass Effect 4. What happened? Did I miss something? Oh, there, I thought that one was still alive. Oh, there is more. Jesus Christ. Is the ball spawning them? I think the ball is just endlessly spawning them. And it's gonna, yeah, here we go. Another Somber 7. Oh, I did go and upgrade my sword. I was like, did I never? But I definitely did, actually. I'm gonna eat this ball to the face. Maybe not. He just kind of sat around. Mass Effect 4 has been indefinitely delayed. Yeah, last I heard that was the status. But like, what I'm confused about is when did we even announce a new Dragon Age game? Did I miss something? Because also indefinite delay in gaming terms, normally, like if we actually take them at face value, it doesn't mean, oh, we're not working on the game. It means we've delayed it and we don't know when it will be done. We're gonna continue working on it and we don't really have an estimate. Sometimes studios will use an indefinite delay as like, we are not working on this and we just don't want to say that we're not working on this. So now I'm suddenly like, is that what happened? Are we not working on Mass Effect? Because, I mean, I knew about the indefinite delay, but that doesn't mean the game is canceled. Did we cancel the game? Why are we doing Dragon Age? I like Dragon Age, all one of them that I like, but like, I thought we were doing Mass Effect 4. The fuck? When did we announce a new Dragon Age? Can we not? Fuck, I knew it. Why is Silksong, their second game, taking so much longer than the previous one? Because it's not a real game. Didn't they have a teaser for it this N7 day? They did. Which is why I'm still very confused. Don't do that. I don't even know what that is. I just don't want you to do it. Tried to play Inquisition side stuff, gave up. I didn't play much Inquisition. I tried it. I thought it was okay. It didn't pull me in like a good old KOTOR or Dragon Age Origins or Mass Effect. It was okay. It was good. But it wasn't like peak BioWare or anything, right? Didn't it win Game of the Year in 2014? I think it did. Now that I'm remembering that, it's supposed to have a lot more content. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Hollow Knight. At this point, I just don't think it's real. I'm kind of joking, but also like, what the fuck? I mean, if we're just gonna call it how it is, like legitimately, the game is in development hell. Like, that's just what it is. Because there is like, oh yeah, you know, the scope is larger and the team is only like one person larger than the original games. Because they went from a 3-person to a 4-person team now. But then there's like, we had a projected release like window, and we waited until like literally the last couple weeks of that release window to even acknowledge that the game wasn't coming out yet. And that acknowledgement was indefinite delay. We don't know anything at this point. And that was a year ago, and we still haven't heard anything since. The game is, if you ask me, pretty clearly in development hell. I don't know what's going on. What bonus map can Doris be seen from? Is this like a multiplayer map or something? Doris? Carry over without starting from scratch. Yeah, that's true. The experience thing, sort of, because like it's one game, so it's not enough experience to be that significant of a difference. Something else that I haven't seen brought up is they're also getting funding from Microsoft this time. Like, Microsoft is actively funding the development of Silksong. So funding is not an issue by any means. Like, budget, that's not an issue. Microsoft knows what property they're sitting on. And Microsoft's indie program is also fantastic. Like, it's known to be kind of like a dream program for indie devs. Like, if you can get into Microsoft's program and get the funding from them, like, you've made it kind of as an indie. Not all indies want to do that, because then, I mean, once you're published by Microsoft, you're also no longer actually indie. But it's a great program. It's a fantastic program for indie devs to get into. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Silksong. When was the last time that we saw it? Because I asked this earlier and I couldn't quite think of it. Let me just... Hollow Knight Silksong trailer. When was this? Oh, okay. Whew. It was June of 2022. Was when we got that last trailer, and that was when they announced it was coming out in Q2 of 2023. And then last June was when we heard, like, oh yeah, it's delayed indefinitely, we don't know. They announced the game originally in 2019. The announcement trailer was what first came up, and I was like, there's no way it's been 5 years since that trailer, and I was right. Different trailer. The ball is legitimately spawning them. Look at that. They wanted people to know that it's planned. The Elder Scrolls 6 reveal is still like, who the fuck decided to do that? Who genuinely was like, oh yeah, let's tease it. This would be an appropriate time to tease it. You know what gamers love? Getting a teaser for a game that's still a decade out. Minimum. To be fair to Bethesda, I would assume, and this is like me giving them a lot of, what's it called, benefit of the doubt. They probably had Fallout 4 planned at that point as their next game. And they probably didn't have Starfield actually planned in that development timeline yet. Because Starfield was like, you know, they had been wanting to do it since like the 90s. And there's a whole bunch of documentation of them wanting to do it back in the late 90s. But they famously never made it because the technical limitations wouldn't have allowed them to make the game they wanted to. And they finally greenlit it because they were like, oh, technology's at a point where we could actually do this now. So giving them the benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna assume that when they revealed Elder Scrolls 6, they knew that Fallout 4 was next, obviously. But they didn't have it in the plans at that time to also do Starfield in between. But that's me giving them a good bit of benefit of the doubt. Prime 4 was announced even earlier than Silksong. Prime 4, true. God damn, Prime 4. That game... It will be a miracle if that game eventually comes out and is good. Because, like, sure, it's Metroid. Sure, it's a Nintendo. But, like... You have to realize how rare it is for a game to come out of development hell and not be a disaster. Like, it's one of those things that basically just seals the fate of a game. It's like, yeah, development hell is going to ruin your game. Doesn't matter how good the idea was starting out. It's just, that's how it goes. It's like a 1 in 100 that a game comes out of development hell and isn't shit. And Prime 4 could be that. But the odds are not in its favor. Is all I'm saying. As sad as it is, because, you know, Metroid Prime is great. Really good game. Oh, these aren't the lightning ones. I was gonna just sit back and let the chain reaction go off. Todd said Elder Scrolls 6 is likely his final game. Did he actually? I missed that. Because, I mean, we all have our opinions on Todd Howard. And most of us have certainly had a negative opinion of Todd Howard ever since, like, 2019. But, like, he is one of the most legendary game directors in the history of the industry. So regardless of how you feel about him, it being his last game is a very big deal. Like, there's the side of me that's like, oh my god, Bethesda games might have the craziest turnaround after that then. But there's also the part of me that's like, that dude has crazy legacy behind him. I think he specified it would be his final Elder Scrolls game. Nintendo's just a kids console now. I feel like most people generally say that Prime is just the best Metroid game. Not all, but I feel like that's like the popular opinion that I've heard over the years. Is that just all up, like total franchise? Super Metroid gets a lot of credit for like its legacy and its game design and everything, but I generally hear that that Prime is just the peak. I've heard Dread is really good. I've heard Dread is like a top 3 Metroid game ever. Oh, with how long their dev timelines are, that would actually make sense. So he's not like definitively saying, but he's like, yeah, I'm getting old and this shit takes like 6-7 years at this point. So this might be my last one. Have you beat Wolf 3D on highest difficulty? No. I value my mental health. Too much for that. Bring them on? Sure. Fine. Death Incarnate? Fuck off. I'm not doing it. If Wolf 3D was a more balanced game, I might. But oh my god, that game is so chock full of bullshit that stacks the odds against the player. I will probably never do Death Incarnate all the way through. Civi could beat it. I mean, anyone could beat it with enough patience. It's just not fun. I've watched Civi's video, and he actively rambles throughout the entire thing about how unfun it is to play on that difficulty. And he talks about a lot of the bullshit that that game has, like how enemies can shoot through each other, but you can't shoot through the enemies. Or enemies can shoot through doors the very frame that the opening animation starts, but you can't. So you've got enemies shooting at you that you can't see and you can't shoot back at. Very often, like legitimately every time you open a door and there's an enemy behind it, it happens. Anytime there's a group of enemies, you've got people shooting you and dealing a lot of damage to you on Death Incarnate that you can't shoot back at. It's an incredibly poorly balanced game. I value my own sanity too much for that. Soup, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. At least it's not... Or he's not playing Last Raven. I would rather play every last bit of Last Raven than play Death Incarnate Wolf 3D. Last Raven is a far more balanced experience than Wolf 3D on higher difficulties. Wolf 3D on... If you play... What is it? It's the one below Bring 'Em On. I play on Bring 'Em On because I've got my boomer shooter ego that can't let go of playing on the hardest, or at the very least the second hardest. But the second easiest in the game is considered like the normal mode, the normal difficulty for the game, and it's perfectly fine even with all the bullshit. Well, for the first 3 episodes. Once you start playing the expansion packs, not so much, but for most of the game. It's perfectly fine. Still want to see Chole do Zenaida? I will be soon, relatively speaking. We have 9breaker first, because fuck me. I don't feel like Zenaida's gonna be that bad. I've been told that I didn't do the hardest route, because obviously Zenaida's like universally considered the hardest. But I've been told that I did like the second or third hardest, depending on who in the comments was like responding to the route that I actually played. Not to say that no one said, I had a couple people say that it was the easiest who were like really pissed, but I just, considering how many people were saying it was like on the more difficult end, it vastly outweighed like those 2 or 3 people who said otherwise. I feel like it can't be that bad. Because even the route that I did, there were like 2 missions that were really hard. But other than that, the game was pretty normal in terms of like AC difficulty. I don't feel like Zenaida route can be that bad. Probably. These are words that I might regret, but I feel comfortable enough saying that. Maybe. So this, what the hell was this that I just grabbed? Wait, is it not a key item? Or did I scroll past it? Wait, what did I just grab? The fuck? Where is it? It's not a crafting item, right? No, where the hell is the mirror? What does it do? What is it? What the fuck is this item? Hello? What is the mirror? Oh. Oh. It's a talisman. I think if you've played every Armored Core and 100%ed every other Gen 3 and 3.5 games, Zenaida shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I feel like you did the baby route. I was told it's on the harder end of like the 6 routes at the very least. It's a talisman, not a good one at that. It didn't look like a talisman to me when I picked it up. I was really confused. Okay. All right. I don't know Last Raven that well. One of the guys in chat when I talked about it like way back on an Armored Core stream, one of the guys who was in chat when we were talking about like the difficulty of the different routes in the game was actually the guy who like back in the 2000s made like the map, like the route map that people use to make sure that they get like the ending that they want. He was like, yeah, I made that like back in the day. And sure enough, his username was the same. And he was like, yeah, you did one of the harder ones. So I definitely take his word over, like I said, like the couple of people who were just really pissed that I didn't do Zenaida and then had that little tangent where I'm like, you guys, it's hard, but it's not like one of the hardest games I've ever played. And people are like, this game kicked my ass until like I was bleeding IRL. This game is the hardest thing I've ever touched in my life. You just played the baby route. That's not. How the hell do I get to Lake of Rot, man? The funny thing is I got there earlier in this run, and then I just said, nah, I'm not doing this. And now that I am finally ready to go back. Oh, wait, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go back yet. I got sidetracked. It did come out in a pre-Souls world. Yeah, but the AC community still really holds on to it being like one of the hardest video games ever made. And it like wasn't even in that territory for me. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, okay, okay. I know how to get to what I'm doing. I read the wiki. Say what you will about Fextra Life. And I've certainly said a lot about Fextra Life. But man, when I don't know where to go in a Souls game, those guys have got me. Those guys have got me.
Greetings, great champion called by grace.
Greetings.
I am Fia.
I've never spoken to her this playthrough, have I?
At the round table hall.
Okay.
Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly.
No.
Perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness.
I will not.
So will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps?
Yes.
Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
That sucks. I'm not doing it.
I understand. Your disdain is only natural, but should you change your mind, come pay me another visit.
Being maidenless gives me my power.
Oh, my dear, had a change of heart already?
I have to for the quest to work.
Your disdain is only natural, but should you change your mind, come pay me another visit. Oh, my dear, had a change of heart already?
Their guides and builds are really good. Yeah, like their wiki is incredible. Their YouTube channel's lore videos for Elden Ring, especially their shorts, are really well made.
My thanks, great.
But like, man, the Twitch view bots and stuff, not literal view bots, the embedding, it's a gray area, but like gray with most people thinking that it's kind of fucked up to do it.
What you felt light up inside you was a Baldurkin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
What the fuck, Streamlabs? Ignore him. Adds that one weapon that the vulgar militia uses that's a chain and hook. I don't know much about the recent preview that like a bunch of influencers got to play, but I did hear a little bit, and one of the things that I heard is that they had access to all the new weapons in the DLC during the preview. I don't know if this is 100%, but I've heard that they had access to every one of the weapons, and almost every weapon that was in the, or sorry, almost every, how do I phrase this? Rewind. What we saw in the trailer in terms of the new weapons was almost the entirety of the new weapons available in the DLC. This is all hearsay right now. I haven't even watched any of the previews because I don't want to spoil myself. But from someone who did watch the previews, that's apparently what multiple of them stated. So just to like have expectations set in terms of the new weapons, that's apparently what's going around right now. All of the new weapon types were revealed. Yeah. They had access to all the weapon types, not the weapons. Okay. Okay. So they had at least one weapon of every type that have been added.
The blessing is still aflame in
That's
your
very
face,
different.
dear.
Thank you.
Would you like to be held? Regardless?
No, bitch, I want to give you this item. Fine.
Come closer.
I might have to reload the area because I had never spoken to her. That might be what's going on. But I'll do this and then I'm going to reload the area for safe measure.
You are so very warm.
Oh, talk in secret.
I was known as a deathbed companion. Where I come from, after I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes. My dear, might I ask something of you? Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them? A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart. So I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I'd like you to find the owner.
Oh.
It's a very precious.
I thought she would have more
Good
info
day
about
to
it.
you, my dear.
Good day. I bet you wish you could do this. No. Reject women. Drop and give me 20. Am I a Sigma streamer now? Do you think the bald man will let me suckle at his teat after that one? Just once. I only ask for just once.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
Only once. That's all I need.
What have we here? How did you get your hands on that dagger? Well,
She chose the bear on Twitter.
I know very well whose dagger it is. Why don't I return it to them for you? Good work bringing this to me.
One of my friends asked me the man or the bear thing. And I said man. And they were like, really? Why? Because he was like, the bear is stupid, right? Like, the bear can be pretty easily scared off. Or even just outsmarted. Escaped. Whatever. And I was like, yeah. But if I have my carry, it does a lot more to the man than it does to the bear. Just saying. I was like, I get way further against the man than I do the bear. Oh, god damn it, caveman. God. I'm a true red-blooded American. Oh. Right after Chole started caveman. Murica moment. It's true, though. Can't argue with the logic. It's very true. Oh. Usually hikers. Look. You're not wrong. But that's clearly not the point of the question. You bitch. Oh, cool armor set, though. But you bitch. How dare you? What have you done? Hero, oh hero.
Finally, it is returned to its rightful place. The stolen Hallowbrand of the exalted noble. And now, I must bid you goodbye as well. Though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table hold.
You're in the Round Table.
I am Via, deathbed companion, hark Round Table. Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We who humbly live in death, live in waiting. To one day, welcome our Lord. What right does anyone have to object? Our Lord will rise. The Lord of the many and the meek.
Girl. Chole doesn't have to be the messenger. You can walk down the hallway and tell them. Like, they're right there. Like, right there. Genuinely. She'd get cut down immediately. She's a coward. You know what? You're right. It was not meant to be. No twinned armor for Chole this run. Chole has not played Ghost of Tsushima. It's not Chole's kind of game. Someday, when it's like really cheap on sale, now that it's on PC. Someday. No, there's nothing here that Chole wants. Actually. Okay. Okay, maybe. Hold on.
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Hold on. Let's see again. It's the coolest. Oh no. Worth it. Worth it. Is it worth getting the endurance points for the drip alone? Is it worth it? It was the best game that year. What year did it come out? 2020, right? No. No, it can't be. Oh, no, it's absolutely not. Never mind. I think you mistyped Doom Eternal. Surely. Certainly. Have to have. I was like, what came out 2020? Because that doesn't sound like it's the best game of the year. It was not. Clearly. Fashion is the real end game. Yeah, we might pump endurance for the drip. It might just have to happen. Especially, like, at the very least, the helmet. No, the whole thing. The whole thing. Funny way to pronounce Animal Crossing New Horizons. No, it wasn't my thing. I tried Animal Crossing New Horizons. I gave it a go. I had never played Animal Crossing before. And I gave it a good, honest shot. It really wasn't my game. But, like, that much was kind of to be expected. Oh, shit. Hello, streamer. Hello, false. Hide notice me. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh no, we are in the right place. I was like, I think I'm doing this wrong. But no, I actually was doing this right, and I distracted myself.
Ah, there you are. I knew you would come. What is it you intend? To deny us and our ways?
Having human
Like the dogmatic
features?
roots of the golden
Have you played
compass.
Animal Crossing? What human features?
I see. Then you must kill me. For I am the companion of Godwyn, Prince of Death. I wish to be a mother to those who live in death. So it is that any loathing, any hatred that overshadows them, I must bear as a matter of duty.
You are the
with my
odd
own
one?
Flesh.
Well, yeah, but like, aside from walking around on two legs, that's it. Like, they act like people. When you say human features, I think like physical features. Is that not what you mean? Do you mean like how they act like people?
You deny us, do you not? Because we deign to live in death and wish our Lord to rise to glory.
I mean, act?
I
Okay.
see.
Because when you say like animals having human features,
I am the companion of Godwyn,
I think you mean like
Prince of
furries.
Death. I wish to be a mother to those who live in death. So it is that any loathing, any hatred that overshadows them, I must bear as a matter of duty with my own flesh. Go on, you
Fucking-
because we
I have to reload the area. I'm supposed to give her an item, but she's just looping. Oh, I might not have the item. Did I check?
Go on,
Fucking
you deny us,
bitch.
do you?
I don't have it. I don't have the item, that's why. Oh. don't have the item because I'm stupid. I should have the item. But I missed. I never did the tower. I should have the item. That, like, I was like, oh yeah, I have this. And then I had to go and look at why I might not have it. And yeah, I just forgot to do the tower earlier. So here we go. Played Harvest Moon as a kid over that. I'm just not big on that kind of game, I guess. Although I feel like I could have gotten into Stardew if I didn't stream it. Someday I might just have to go back. I own the game. I'll just have to go back at some point, like on my own time. I have to go back and like not in an environment where I have to play multiple hours at a time. That's like, that would be the prerequisite to me enjoying it. It's funny with friends though. Yeah. It probably would be. I would probably fare a lot better playing it with another person, actually. Ooh, actually, I'm not sure if that's true. I have had understimulation issues even playing games in co-op before. So that might not be true. Oh shit, hold on. Yeah, I realized as I went up that I forgot to flip it. Do I have this item? I should, right? There's no way that I don't. Okay, I do. What's the name of the exozombies equivalent to... Oh, you mean Juggernog. For a second, I was like, what? It's Exo Health. Stupidest name ever. It's fucking stupid. I just like that stuff. You know, when you say features, I think like physical features. So I was thinking, you know. Oh, that's right. The tower flipped. I did almost sprint into the abyss. But this was actually to be expected. Used to it because Cole. Man, I wasn't even being that bad last night. Light called me out for no reason. All I'm saying. I wasn't even being bad last night. Last night, all it was... I didn't say anything. It was all her. I know. Last night, all it was when she called me out was you asked what infidel was, and people in chat were like, it's basically like heretic after you said that you thought it was like heretic. And I was like, they're a little different, but I literally said too, I was like, it's apples to oranges, which is a common phrase meaning they're basically the same thing. It doesn't really matter, right? I literally, and then Light was like, Cole, stop being the actually guy. I didn't even, like, I didn't go into depth explaining why they're different. I didn't say that it was a big deal that everyone was like, oh, they're basically the same thing. No, I just said like, they're a little different, but not really. And I got called out. I got called out. Bastard is kind of the same as infidel. Ow, fuck. Yeah, that. Bastard's real different from that. An infidel. Here, you know what the difference is between an infidel and a heretic, chat? An infidel is simply a fancy religious term for someone who belongs to a different belief system than you. That's legitimately all it is just not being of the same religion. Heretic is like within a specific religious community. It's someone who has been like cast out or like shunned for their beliefs. So I was like, yeah, they're a little different, but like, you know, it's the same point. It doesn't refer to infidelity, or is it like cheating on God? I think that is where it comes from. I think it's supposed to be like stemming from infidelity, but in a religious sense. Probably. But it's like, they're both very like old terms. Cheating on God. It's a funny way of putting it, but it's like, yeah, actually that probably is, because infidelity was a very, very big deal back then. Back like when the term would have started being used. I mean, it's like kind of a big deal now, but it's like nowadays it's like, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's also common enough that it's like, it's a shitty thing to do, but it's not like one of the worst things you could do. Back then it was like one of the worst things a human being could do. And nowadays it's fairly normalized and fairly common, but back then it was like, you do not do that ever in any circumstance. Like a traitor to religion? Yeah. Someone who has been unfaithful to the faith, if you would. But yeah, I wasn't even, like, sometimes I do fully become the actually guy. Last night I didn't, and I got called out as if I was. And I don't remember what I said. I remember being like, bro, come on. But I don't remember what I said. Someone in Dead Space cheated on God? I am not going to answer your question. Because I'm also not like... Your chat, by the way, it was so funny. Everyone in False's chat last night, she was playing Dead Space for the first time. Right? And everyone in chat, like, immediately as the gameplay starts, is like telling her all the tricks and like, oh, you can do this, and like this is that, and I'm like, chat, shut the fuck up, and everyone stopped. I was actually very impressed by the fact that after I said it, like, I didn't have to follow through on bonking anyone. Because, you know, I said it at thinking like most people will stop, but there's gonna be that one guy who doesn't. But there wasn't that one guy. Everyone actually just stopped. It surprised me. Because I could see the direction we were going in. Because Dead Space is like, some games don't teach you the game well. Dead Space is not one of those games. It teaches you everything you need to know as you need to know it. And by the end of the game, you'll know everything. Right? But chat, like, immediately is telling her stuff that she'll learn in like an hour. And I'm just like, chat, we don't need to just fucking dump all of it on her, because you know why the games spread stuff out? It's so that none of that information gets lost in the process. Like, you're going to confuse her. And it's not just because it's false. You're going to confuse anyone doing that. I just say bruh all the time. You see that Nintendo is releasing a collaborative RPG Maker game? No? Ow, fuck. I forgot that this is like an actual boss who just doesn't have a health bar. Ow. our drip is scuffed, but at least I get like 2 more poise points out of this setup. Does this guy drop the set? I don't know. Maybe? Oh my god. I was about to complain about how much poise he has, but actually it kind of makes sense. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Oh, not this. It works. Man, barricade shield is truly the greatest thing. It has to be the most underrated shield dash by far, right? No one talks about barricade shield, but it lets you tank some really stupid shit that you probably shouldn't be able to tank. To be fair, I'm also kind of stacking poise, but my point stands. Bitch. Cloak looks different. It's Radahn's cloak. And I'm gonna get some more endurance so that I can wear the Radahn set. It's basically the exact same poise as the Crucible Knight set. But what's it called? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, it's like 2 points more, so it's a negligible difference. But I think it looks cooler. So I bought it, and I need some more endurance points to actually wear it. It's heavier. Like, the entire set is heavier, even though most of the individual pieces have the same exact poise as the Crucible Knight set. I don't know why that's the case, but hey. I'll run it. Ow. I just need a little more in the stat department, and we'll be chilling. All right. That didn't really do a lot of damage to you. How about the laser? Oh, you must be resistant to fire. I can't imagine why. Holy poise. Yep. We're doing this. Laser beam it is. Fuck. Oh, he's done. What? You bitch. You bitch. The belly thrust attack is BS. You get like 2 frames of wind up before the attack comes out. Yeah, it's I mean, it doesn't do damage. Like when he kind of knocks you back with the belly, it's just a little bit of stun to be like a get off me move. But it's still annoying to have an attack that's so fast that like you can't reasonably react to it. He stops shortly after connecting. Oh, he probably kept going the first time because I was blocking it with the shield then. That makes sense. Holy shit. Your poise is crazy. You know that? It's almost like you're the biggest, fattest bitch in the game. Get you some. Uh-oh. Yeah, so he keeps going if I do this. That's absolutely what it is. Ah! Okay, that attack is a little committal. I can't just be spamming it the way I am. It's a little too committal to be spammed that heavily. I don't know why they didn't give him a proper boss health bar. You know, play the music. He's clearly the boss of the tower, right? Or the bridge, I guess. I'm even over-leveled for Liurnia by a good bit. And he's still pretty tough. This guy deserved the boss music, the fanfare. Yeah, that attack doesn't deal damage. That's that. If we're talking about the same one, just that little like belly poke of his, all it does is hit stun you. Does 0 damage. So it's not like a bullshit attack, but it's annoying. And the fact that it comes out so fast makes it feel cheap when it's really not. Oh my god, he's gonna roll anyway. Oh fuck. That version hurts. Uh-oh. How do you deal so much poise damage back too? Like this is, I'm not a low poise character. I've got good poise. Yeah, and I just get knocked out of shit by you. It's crazy. Oh my god. Like that makes sense, but everything of his, even just the fireball knocks me out. I feel like this boss should be more cheesable with the laser. There it is. Dumb bitch. He does drop the armor. See, if we were maximizing the poise, it's his chest piece, right? Wait, his poise isn't even that high on the set. What? Hold on. I thought his set had crazy poise. I've been mistaken? The circle that launches you. Okay, okay. It's the same attack, but like buffed. So less poise. I kind of thought of it as being like, what's it? The Smo set. Where, you know, you get like the big fat boy set that gives you crazy poise. That set having low poise, like genuinely bad poise, is crazy to me. You'd think that it would have a ton. Because he has a ton. I might be thinking of Bull Goat, but like, no, I was actually thinking of that set. It's just typical logic would tell you that it has good poise. Especially like among Souls games, right? Big fat boy set. God, the drip is all scuffed. It's the colors. Like it would be perfectly fine if the colors weren't so weird. The helmet would need to get changed, but the rest would be fine. But because we've got like the orange and the yellow, it looks really weird. Looks odd, if you ask me. There we go. I kept running because I knew the grace was there. 50 hours into this run of Elden Ring. That's more time than like most replays of this game take me. And I haven't even gone to Lane Tell yet. I haven't even gone, rewind, to Altus yet. Nap? Dude, I'm working for like the next 6 hours. You say nap. The fuck? Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Armored Core. You're gonna hear the big, there it is. We're doing Armored Core, Ace Combat stuff, Metal Gear stuff. Hold on, I'm checking. Tomorrow, I'm doing Ultra Kill tomorrow. I don't have it scheduled yet, so I had to go and look. Ultra Kill tomorrow. Come back for any of that. Also, if you enjoyed, and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave... I looped. Leave a like! Algorithm. Blah, blah. You know how it goes. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube, check out links in the description. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. They're all down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see all of you back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.